What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. As always, I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Today's video, I want to talk to you guys about why it's hard to stop sinning. And there's a lot of sins, but there's very important. There's God's 10 Commandments that it's honestly the hardest ones to let go. And someone, what's important, guys, is that when you give your life to God and you want to become a better person, and you want Him to heal you, He will help you with the temptations and all this. But it's only up to us if we put that dedication in that and give that sacrifice to give up those desires. But why it's so hard, guys, is because we've basically, like, if you've sinned, so say you've drank, right, guys? You drank since a young age, you smoked since a young age, because something that happened in your life, and it's just been something that's been helping you throughout years, and you constantly do it, and you finally, like, you want to become better, you want God to heal you, you want God to let you receive these blessings. You want to let these go, but for some people, for example, for me, guys, letting go of all those temptations, the first week was kind of easy. Like, it really was, because, God prevented me from a lot of things. For example, I remember I went to a party and I told myself, I was going to stop drinking. And yes, there was the devil that, like, sees that you want to change. And guys, I promise you, that day, I never have seen that much beer in my life. Guys, there was beer on top of beer on top. There was more beer than soda. That's all I have to say. And that's just how Hispanic parents' parties are. Like, there's gonna be more beer. But, like, that day, guys, I never saw that much beer in my life. Alcohol in general. There was literally all sorts of alcohol. But it was the temptations were there, but God helped me with not falling into it, because I even remember with my friends that I was in that table, we all drank, but that day they did not drink a single drop of alcohol. And that's because I feel like God at that time, He was like, I'm gonna remove even the temptations, like that. I see someone start drinking a beer. There were people drinking and stuff, but I'm saying in the table that I was sitting there eating, we were all that table was just full of juices, sodas. Like, there was no alcohol, there was no beer, there was no shots, there was nothing. And I was very grateful, because it was God, giving me like a helping hand. That's like, you got this. You don't have to give in to the temptation. But after that week, guys, once you see that you're progressing, it gets so much harder, because that's when the devil, the inner, people's inner demons are gonna start to come into your life. I'm telling you guys, friends, relationships, they were non-existent anymore. You have moved on from them. They come back. They want to fix things. And then those people, they're gonna make you sin. They're gonna make you smoke. They're gonna make you drink. Lust, a relationship. They're wanting to have sex intercourse every single day, or doing all these things. And even you, like, you told yourself, I want to become better, but you fall into the temptations, because sometimes it's hard, like, especially, like I said, when you have done it for so long, drugs, all these temptations for so long, like, it's hard. It gets hard after that first week, or just some people, like, it's hard for them to, for 3 days, 2 days, like, they see themselves already, like, wanting to give up. But it's all up to us. It's all up to if we're willing to not let those temptations, get to us. But the reason why it's so hard, guys, is because, say, for example, I'll put example like school. Say, we're like, we go to school every single day, wake up, it's a routine. Our body is used to it. If you guys realize, like, when you go to school every single day, you have to wake up in the morning every single day. In the afternoon, you get out in the afternoon, you gotta do homework. It's like a routine. It's almost muscle memory. That's why when you realize, guys, like, when you sleep and you always tend to wake up around school time is because, you know, your body is just used to it. So it's kind of like the same way with a temptation. You know, you've done it for so long, for so many years, that it becomes a routine to your life. It becomes almost like muscle memory. There's like, I know friends, guys, that smoke so much that they literally, like, the first thing they do, they wake up and the first thing in their head is they even start reaching, like, you know, where's the blunt? Where's the blunt from last night? Let me spark it up. They'll have you know, alcohol, like, you know, they see themselves drinking in the morning. And that's because, you know, it's like I said, it's almost like a routine. It's almost like it's in your body already. Like you need to consume it, or else you're gonna feel like something in your life is missing. So that's why, guys, it's so hard, you know, to leave a sin. And also why it's hard to get rid of a sin is because so many people normalize sins. Like, if you realize, guys, you can, you know that smoking and drinking is bad, but you can be around people that will tell you, like, no, it's not. Like, drinking is not bad. Smoking is not bad. Like, you know, God's not gonna punish you. God's not gonna look at you different. He's still gonna love you. Like, we sin every day. Like, it's not a big deal. But that's why I'm telling you, it's so normalized. Sinning is just so normalized in this world at this time, that, you know, we're all full of sin, that it's like we think of it as it's really not a big deal. It's really not a problem. But in reality, it's something that, you know, that's the reason to why we're going through what we're going through. If we like I said, guys, in my past videos, we open up our own doors, you know, to our problems. If we smoke or if we drink and drive, we're putting our risk to get stopped, get a DUI, all these things. And sometimes when it doesn't happen, we're like, well, I've been drinking and driving for years and I've never got pulled over. I've never, you know, been in trouble. But all it takes is one time to get caught up in that, and it could ruin your life. Like, you can kill somebody, you go to jail, it just took one time. And all those other times that you never got caught, that nothing happened, like, where were they? Like, where were they now when you actually got caught? Like, now you don't care about all those times. Now you're not, the only thing that you're full of is regret, because you're like, why did I do this, that? You have all these things in your head, and it's bad. That's the point, guys. That's why sinning is bad, because every time we sin, we're putting ourselves in danger in this world, you know, for something to happen, or just in general. And also, you know, when we're, especially when it's a substance that we're putting in our body, our mind is not sober. So when our mind is not sober, we're not thinking of consequences. We're not thinking of problems, of what's gonna happen, what could happen, you know, what did happen. We're just enjoying whatever it is we consumed. If it's, you know, the lust, you know, we're thinking of, you know, the good time that we had with our partner, the good time that we had, you know, overall. But we don't realize, guys, especially when it comes to, you know, intercourse, when we have sex with someone, we attach, it's like a soul tie, you know. You have to realize that, especially to all these, you know, people who, guys, girls who, you know, are just giving themselves to just anyone, who are, you know, just having sex with anyone because it makes them feel good. You guys are just ruining your life, because you're having all these soul ties with those different people. That's why people are so insecure, why people are so damaged, you know, internally, because they just shared, you know. That's why, you know, in the Bible, God says, you know, we have to wait till marriage, because that's a huge thing. You know, having, you know, intercourse with somebody is a huge thing. You know, it's not just something that you can just, you know, it could happen and you could just forget about it. Yes, you know, sometimes at the moment you forget about it, but like, it all comes back. And also, it sets a bad image on you. You know, you don't want people to talk. And there's some people who do not care what other people think, but it catches up to you. You know, it could be, you know, in the future you get a job and you could get exposed for, you know, something you sent to somebody, or, you know, they could have conversations like, yes, you know, we shouldn't care what people think, but it sets our bad ego on ourselves, and we don't want a bad ego on ourselves. You know, we want people to look at us as a good person. And to the people who don't really care about, you know, what people think, there's really nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm kind of like that myself. Like, you know, I don't let people hurt me or damage me with words, you know, actions. But it is important to take care of your ego, because you do not, you know, want to be in everyone's mouth. You know, you don't want to constantly hear people hate on you. Like, what's the reason? Like, we have to realize that even if we don't care that, you know, what people think, it still gets to us. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, especially when people, that's what we get mad, you know, like, why the heck are you caring about, you know, like, mind your business, da, da, da. It's bothering us. It's clearly bothering us because, you know, we're speaking up to it, because we're getting tired of hearing it. So we don't want to get, you know, go through all that. Just why put yourself, you know, in situations. So that's why, you know, sinning is really just a demonic act. That's what the devil wants us to do. That's why we sin. You don't understand. Like, he's laughing, enjoying, having a great time just looking at us destroy our lives. He could care less for us. But God, you know, God is hurting for us. You know, he's seeing that we're just putting ourselves in situations that we really don't need to put ourselves in. You know, and most importantly, blocking out those blessings that God has for us. But so we have to just learn how to, you know, deal with the temptations, try to become better. Guys, trust me, you're gonna repent. It's gonna happen. There's been a lot of times where I still do those things that there's some times where I've drank. But the point is that we try, you know, we repent. We try to become better. For example, guys, you know, one time I drank, and after that I told myself I'm not drinking for 2 weeks. You know, I don't care. No more. Like, I drank already, no more for 2 weeks. And I tried my best for those 2 weeks, and I from what I recall, I do not remember drinking throughout those 2 weeks. And there was alcohol, you know, offered. There was parties I went to. There was, you know, situations where there was alcohol. There was even alcohol. The people would offer me a beer, and I would just grab it and put it on the floor and just think like, oh, it's just one beer. Like, that's the inner demons, guys. It's just one beer. It's just one blunt. But you hit it, you drink it, you still sin. It's like saying I kill somebody. It's like saying I'm not a murderer, but because I just killed one person. In order to be a murderer, I have to, like, kill multiple people. Like, you still kill somebody, you still committed the sin. So it's like, you know, it's just as big as if you kill 10 people, you know, you still kill someone. So sinning is just sinning regardless. And that's why, guys, it's normalized, because people would not see it as a bad thing. They would just be like, oh, it's just one beer, it's just one blunt. But you're still committing it. You're still opening up that door for something to happen. Because like I said, all it takes is one time for something to happen. But I hope you guys, you know, I like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And you guys have a beautiful rest of your day.